Hey everyone, Meg here from I Teach Stamping. Welcome to today's video. I hear all the time from people that they really wish they had more time to stamp. And honestly, I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is you just need card ideas that you can make in minutes. And that's exactly what today's project is. So let's take a minute and review the supplies we're gonna need. We're gonna need some Whisper White cardstock. This is cut to 4 1/4 by 11 inches and I scored it in 5 1/2. I'm using Picture Perfect paper. This is extra long on purpose. You'll see why when I make it, but you want it to be a strip that is 1 1/4 inch by 6 inches. A piece of basic black that's going to be 4 1/4 by 2 1/2. Some Whisper White that's going to be 4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. An extra piece of the Lemon Lime Twist cardstock. It can be any size scrap you have. I'm going with Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm going with the new Birthday Wishes for You stamp set from Stampin' Up. I am going to be using a Stamp-A-Majig for my stamp positioner, but you don't have to. I've got an embossing folder. This is the new Sequins embossing folder. It's one of the dynamic ones from Stampin' Up. I love it. I can't wait to share it with you. And then I have some of the Berry Burst ribbon, my 10-second bow maker, scissors, and adhesive. So the only thing that's not in the picture right now that you're gonna need is your Big Shot. But I'll also show you this card, if you don't have a Big Shot, how you can still make this card and make it look stunning. All right, so that's all we need. So gather up your supplies, you've got the measurements, and let me show you just how quick it is to make this card. So I'm going to start with my dry embossing, and I'm going to put my cardstock into my folder just to where that bend is. So I like to bend it around my score line. And then we're ready to put it into the Big Shot. So this is one of the dynamic folders. So you only use one plate with it, and I like to put it in, if at all possible, my embossing folder hinge first. And so we're gonna have this great sequin texture on our white cardstock. All right, that's all we need the Big Shot for. And like I said before, remember, you don't have to have a Big Shot to make this card. So now we're ready to do our stamping. I'm going to have my grid paper down just to help me get everything nice and lined up. And I'm using my Stamp-A-Majig. You can use different kind of stamp positioners. Stamp-A-Majig is still one of my favorites. It's quick, it's easy, and especially if you're just making one card, it's my go-to positioner. So I'm gonna get that good and inked up in my Memento Tuxedo Black ink and get this stamped on that Whisper White rectangle. There we go. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. I am gonna use my positioner just because I'm using a small scrap, and I even like to be able to conserve my scraps. And this time, all we're gonna do is stamp that happy onto my lemon lime cardstock. All right, so we've already done our dry embossing. We've also now done our stamping, and I'm just gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut out the banner on the happy. This is one of the easiest ways to add more pops of color to your cards, is just to stamp part of it and cut it out. I love hearing from you guys. Absolutely love it. And one of the things I heard over and over and over this past year is I just don't have the time to make everything I want. And so I've been working on how can I help you do more of what you love for this year. So I'm excited to share these projects with you. All right, so we have that done. I'm gonna take a glue dot. You can use liquid glue, you can use your tape runner. That's just quick and easy, my friends. And we're gonna stick it onto our card. There we go. And so now we're actually ready to do all of our assembly parts. I'm gonna bring in my white card base with that great sequins on it. I'm gonna bring in my pattern paper, and remember I said it was gonna be long on purpose. And the reason I did it this way is because when you're doing your dry embossing, sometimes your cardstock length will change just a little bit, and I want to make sure that this is flush to the top and clear down to the bottom of my cardstock. I was gonna have to trim it with my paper trimmer anyway, so why not just do it and have it exact and use my scissors. Ta-da, there we go. All right, now we're ready to add our basic black. And I'm using fast fuse adhesive so I don't have to slather my adhesive on there. And now I just need to add my stamped piece. And then I'm gonna add one finishing touch to it. So I'm gonna bring in the 10-second bow maker, and I'm just gonna tie a simple bow using some coordinating ribbon. And add a glue dot behind my bow. Kiss it right on there, peel it off, and add it to my project. And just like that, our card is done. Take a look at that. As you saw, it doesn't take a lot of time, certainly doesn't take a lot of supplies. And I promised you I'd show you what it looked like if you don't have that embossing folder. So here it is. We've got the dry embossed one on the left-hand side and then the plain white cardstock on the right-hand side. So you don't have to have the big shot to make this stunning project. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make today's project. My goal, like I said, is to inspire you and provide you the necessary resources you need to help you make and send more cards for this year. To order any of the supplies that I've used today, go to iteachstamping.com/ordersu. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, please be sure to like this video below and share it with your friends. Again, I'm Meg from I Teach Stamping, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.